welcome back. Um, I'm going to do a little bit more of the built-in lessons here and see how they are and if they're any good. I presume they're pretty good. If you remember in the last one, we did this takeoff lesson right here, and it was pretty darn accurate. I actually didn't, I strayed from my heading a little bit, so I didn't get the best score possible, but still wasn't bad. I think today we're going to kind of go to the beginning. So let's take a look at the taxiing one and see what that is. Then I'll do another video on the dead stick landing, and another one on the landing without elevator, unless it takes, unless it's really short, and then I just might do them all in this one. We'll see. This is going to be uncut. It is what it is. I should be able to taxi okay. I should be able to do a dead stick landing all right. But landing without elevator is not actually something I've ever done or trained for in the real thing, which is interesting. So I'd be curious about that one. So let's get into it. Let's hop into the taxiing lesson and see what we got. All right, so one essential skill before flying in the sky is to taxi an aircraft. That's true. A training session dedicated to familiarize you with rolling and steering an aircraft on the ground. Use the rudder pedals to steer the aircraft. Yep. Control rolling speed with throttle and brakes. Yep. Taxi to the holding point of runway 21 and stop. Yep. They get the holding lines listed. That's good. That's true. Holding lines basically the dashed line on that side says any aircraft on the runway or that side of the line can freely cross and come this way towards the aprons and the ramps. But the solid double line here is kind of like on a highway. You can't cross it, not without authorization or if you're at a non-controlled airport, you have to look, make your radio announcement, and then move. Here we have taxiway location, so Alpha 1, and we're holding for runway 21. So yeah, good markings. All right. So I guess that's all we're going to do is taxi up to 21 and stop. Let's do it. Fly. Should change that button to say taxi. Looks like this also is in a 152, which is good. Yeah, rudder pedals are also the braking system. Use your toes if you have rudder pedals. And they're actually individual, so you can have differential braking. You put just the right brake, it'll help you turn right. Let just left brake, it'll help you turn left. So let's do this. Ready to fly taxi.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing.
Yeah,
Taxiing
did,
refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving.
Oh, it's going to give us the lines there, isn't it? Yep. We get the little blue arrows to follow.
All right. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. As you increase power, watch the tachometer and make sure to stay around 1,000 RPM.
Why did it stop? I'm stuck on something. It's weird. Feels like it's taking more throttle than usual to taxi. Here we go.
Now test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us? Stop before it as if traffic was coming off the runway.
It is really strange that it just feels like it takes more throttle in this tutorial to taxi than it does when I'm actually in flight. I wonder if any of you have that experience. It seems like it takes more throttle. Oops, almost forgot to stop.
All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
It doesn't tell you what speed to stick to, but more so it's, a brisk walking pace is what I remember. Actually go a little faster. Feels like we're slowing down without even. That is strange. Maybe this is an uphill. Maybe it's a little bit of a grade. Yeah, this is a good taxi speed.
After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point and prep for takeoff.
Take the power out. Oh, it even gives us that little blue box again. Stopped at the hold short.
You mastered that lesson. The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
Hey, I got an A. Best score 8,063. I noticed after the last one there's actually a score, so there's usually a round number. So what did I get wrong according to them? Stick to the center line, stay around 1,000 RPM. All right, so my RPM and my RPM was not always at 1,000, that's for sure. That was probably the deduction in points there. Huh. All right. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's call that one, and I'll make another video for the next section, which will be dead stick landing. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on that one.